So just when you thought all the speculation was over and done with this whole Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler fiasco, Chael goes and says this.
But I want to mention something else to you on a completely separate topic. What incredible irony that both sides have these massive interests in alcohol, and one side is in the middle of rehab for substance abuse, including alcohol.
What did you just say?
Is in the middle of rehab.
So there you have it. Chael went in hard on Conor McGregor yesterday on his podcast with Daniel Cormier. He said that he was obviously suffering from substance abuse and that he was receiving treatment in a facility at the moment. That's why he's out of the fight. He said that he is 100% categorically not injured.
Conor McGregor is not injured.
This comes in the same day where Dana White said that he was 100% injured and actually that he didn't want to talk about it anymore.
Conor McGregor is hurt right now. It's absolutely real.
My foot was a balloon. My foot was a balloon. You want to see it?
And I find it very interesting because, as I said, the speculation that's been flying back and forth in the last couple of weeks about this, it wavers from people saying that he's injured. People are saying that he's never going to make it back in there because the injury is so, life-threatening. And there's also people that are saying that he's just on the chance, that he's suffering withdrawals from the old Kokio. I don't know, but Chael might have the inside loop here because he does go on to say that we're not supposed to say it, right? We're all supposed to sit here and pretend that this statement that went out, that was written by some random PR team, is actually coming from Conor McGregor. Now listen, there's loads of other conspiracy theories that are flying around as well. In fact, I actually have one myself. When we look at the new pictures of Conor McGregor, you see that there's an interesting looking hairline there. You see that there's an interesting lack of injuries either on the leg or like any sort of strapping or any sort of cast or anything like that. Everything seems very efficient down there, but what we almost see is a new hairline. And as we know, Conor is actually losing the hair rapidly and has had a couple of hair transplants already. So in terms of recovery time, 14 to 20 days for the old follicles to come back a small bit. Then they fall out again after a month and then start regrowing again then after 6 weeks. That kind of ties in beautifully with the timeline for the rescheduling. Now, again, a random one out of nowhere, a hair transplant. Why would he do that? I don't know. If we're talking about him being in a facility, then we can talk about him having a hair transplant. If we can talk about him being in a neurological department last week, then we can talk about the fact that maybe he's just too caught up in the Kokio. I don't know. But Chael seems to know something and he's doubling down here.
Totally unrelated story. And then another guy is in rehab for alcohol and other substances. I'm just saying that's a tough story to tell. Not for nothing. That gets to be a little bit tough, right? Have this proper drink. I'll see you in a proper while. Because I'm in a proper facility right now, watching me not have drinks. I'm bringing up the irony of the point. That's all, Daniel.
This week we saw Ariel Helwani go back and forth with Michael Bisping, and to be honest with you, believe it or not, I will actually say these words out loud. I'm actually taking Ariel Helwani's side on that argument because he was actually doing what we all wanted somebody to do, and that's kind of dig a little bit deeper and get to the root of it and tell us as much as he could. He didn't go as far as Chael did, and he's a rat with a huge nose, and when you actually hear his response to Bisping, it takes away everything that you were gonna give him because Bisping's statement was crazy. Bisping was talking about investigative journalism. He was going in hard. There was fumes coming out of his ears. And then when he got called out by Ariel, instead of stepping up and having this beef back and forth and settling it like a man, he kind of backtracked because he knew that the community might possibly fall in behind Ariel and he hates the idea of losing subscribers, of maybe even losing his job with the UFC, especially if there's this big beef happening with another commentator or the MMA guy. So I thought that Michael Bisping was, first of all, in the wrong for going off on him talking about doing investigative journalism, mind your own business. It's like, that doesn't even make sense. That's retarded. And then secondly, he doubled down and made things 10 times worse by backtracking and saying, it was a joke, buddy. It was a joke. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. And you got pulled up by Ariel. And on Ariel's side, of course, he was just predictably ratish. So the two of them going back and forth was a little bit of handbags, but Chael goes all the way here and he says that we're not even supposed to talk about this. Are we all supposed to sit here and pretend because we're on TV that this PR statement that went out from Conor McGregor is legit? I don't think so. So the motives behind Chael pronouncing that Conor McGregor was in a facility was interesting, but that's not all he said about Conor McGregor.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting spot. I don't want to make light of that. McGregor's not hurt. I don't know if we're making TV here, how much we're supposed to play along. Conor McGregor is not injured, and it's a very tough spot when he has the people that are coming out speaking for him that have been filled in, and they've all sworn to secrecy. They don't want to cover, right? Because the truth always comes out.
So I guess coming out the back of this, what we can kind of say in a very vague way, and it depends where you want to actually pin your badge. Conor McGregor is not injured. We can see by his pictures that he doesn't look physically injured. Unless it's a small niggle, we don't know. But if we were betting men, Would we be putting money on the fact that he has some injury, or would we be putting money on that he is in a facility, that he's had a hair transplant, that he's finding it extremely hard to come off the substances that he's been intaking and needs a little bit more time, or that there's negotiations? All four of them options sound a lot more plausible than a little niggly injury. And the fact that Michael Chandler is still waiting, and I saw the video that Michael Chandler did yesterday and people are disrespecting it online. You can have your own opinion. It's all about subjectivity. And I also think that Dana White doesn't help the matter by kind of disrespecting him the way he did in an interview yesterday as well.
Chandler, I think poor Chandler wants to wait for Conor McGregor, man. And, but whatever he wants to do, if he wants to get a fight this summer, we'll do whatever he wants. He's one of the greatest athletes I've ever worked with. He's a good human being. And I like him a lot. Whatever he wants to do, we'll figure out for him.
He's a good dude, man. Michael Chandler's a good dude.
A little bit of backtracking there from Dana. He was actually holding in the laughter as he started to praise him, because he knew that himself and the presenter had just laughed for like 30 seconds at poor Chandler, and it wasn't a great look, so he started reining it back in there. But it's not a great look for Michael Chandler. It's a terrible look for Michael Chandler. And at this stage, I don't know whether we can trust what Dana is saying, because if we actually play this clip here, again, I'm not sure how much I trust it.
And do this for me. You put on your tinfoil hat, Dana, because you've heard all the conspiracy theories about Conor. He's not really hurt. He really just wants to negotiate. He really doesn't want to do any of the press. He's really hurt, right?
Conor McGregor never leads up to a fight and tries to renegotiate a contract or get more money. He's never done anything even remotely close to that. He is as solid can be when it comes to being a business partner. Conor McGregor is hurt right now. It's absolutely.
So there you have it. Conor McGregor is 100% injured according to Dana White. He's not going to talk about this issue going forward. Michael Chandler is just going to hang around waiting for Conor McGregor, the poor old chap. And Chael Sonnen seems to have left the cat out of the bag that Conor is in a facility of some kind. I don't know whether I believe that. I don't think that Conor McGregor would be able to go into a facility, not coming cold turkey off the Alcocchio the way he has done. So I'm not sure what way that would work. Maybe, as I said in previous podcasts, he's just having like really serious withdrawals. That's what it looks like. The hair started falling out, and maybe he went and pulled the trigger and jumped on board and got a hair transplant as well. So the timelines all play in together. We'll see how it goes, but definitely an interesting 24 hours from Chael Sonnen, Conor McGregor and Dana White. Let me know if you think that Conor is in a facility. Let me know if you think that Conor had a hair transplant. Let me know if you think Chandler is doing the right thing by sending these cryptic, bizarre, ethereal type messages over on his social media about how this is the will of the God. And so let me know your thoughts down below. Cheers.